Congratulations, you have now successfully reached the last learning activity. In this learning activity, you will learn how to draw a Venn diagram to represent different sets. In addition, you will learn how to shade a Venn diagram when given a set. Recall that in example 1, we have the following sets. The universal set that consists of all the integers between 1 to 10 inclusively. The set A that consists of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 that are the even integers in the universal set. The set B that consists of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 that are the odd integers in the universal set. The set C that is a null set since it has no element in the universal set. The set D that consists of 1, 2, 3, and 4 that are integers less than 5 in the universal set. Now, with that, we are going to learn how to draw a Venn diagram to represent these sets. First, we draw a rectangular box to represent the universal set. We label the box with the symbol of the universal set on the top left-hand corner. Next, we will draw in set A and B in the Venn diagram. We use circles to represent sets. Therefore, we draw two circles to represent set A and B. Note that we do not overlap the two circles since set A and B do not intersect each other, as they do not have any common elements. We label the two circles with A and B respectively. Next, we will draw in set D. Similarly, we will use a circle to represent set D. The circle should overlap set A and B partially since it contains elements in A and B. We label the circle with D. Note that we do not draw set C since it is a null set as it has no elements in the universal set. I will now fill in the elements for you to visualize better. You are not required to do so when answering question. Instead, unless stated by the question. Next, we will take a look at another example. In this example, the universal set is a set of all integers between 1 to 13 inclusively. Set R consists of multiples of 3 within the universal set. In other words, it contains the elements 3, 6, 9, and 12. Set T, on the other hand, is the set of elements that are multiples of 2. In this case, set T consists of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Now, to draw both set R and T, we note that they will partially overlap each other since they contain elements that are common to both sets. In this case, the common elements are 6 and 12. Note that in this case, the elements 5, 1, and 13 do not belong to both sets R and T, but is in the universal set. Thus, we write them within the rectangle, but outside of the two circles R and T. After discussing on how to draw a Venn diagram, we will learn how to shape a Venn diagram. First, let us take a look at how are we going to shade the union between two sets. Recall that A union B is the set of elements that belong to A or B or both. Thus, to shade A union B, we shade everything that is within A and B. In this case, we shade everything that is within set A and set B as shown. Secondly, let us take a look at how do we shade the intersection between two sets. Recall that A intersect B is a set of elements belonging to both set A and B. In other words, they are the common elements between A and B. Thus, we shade the region that is common between set A and B, or in other words, the region where set A and B overlap. Now, let us consider how can we shade the complement of a set. Recall that the complement of set A is the set of elements that does not belong to A, but is still in the universal set. Thus, to shade A complement, we shade everything that is outside of set A, but is still within the rectangle. And in this case, this is how A complements looks like. Now, we will take a look at a few examples as to how can we shade the various sets. First example, shade A union B in the following Venn diagram. Recall that we say A union B is a set of elements that are in A or B or in both sets, and we have concluded that to shade A union B, we will shade everything that is within A and is within B. Thus, in this case, we will shade both the circles A and B. Now, let us look at, in the following Venn diagram, how are we going to shade A intersect B. Recall that previously we have agreed that to shade A intersect B, we will shade the region that is common to both sets, or in other words, the region where both sets overlap. In this case, the region that both sets overlap is the circle representing set A. So in this case, we will shade set A. Now, let us take a look at how can we shade A intersect B prime in the following Venn diagram. Before we proceed to shade A intersect B prime, we must first understand how do B prime looks like. Recall that B complement or B prime is the region outside of set B. Thus, to shade A intersect B prime, we will shade the common region between set A and everything that is outside of set B. Thus, in this case, the common region between set A and B prime is nothing but this. Now, let us take a look at the last example, which is also the most complicated example. We are required to shade A intersect B intersect C in the following Venn diagram. Recall that we have agreed to shade A intersect B intersect C is nothing but shading the region that is common to both to all sets A, B, and C. Now, the only common region to all sets A, B, and C is nothing but the center region where all three sets overlap. Note that there are numerous examples as to how a Venn diagram can look like, or how you can shade different Venn diagrams. Thus, to master how to draw a Venn diagram and to shade a Venn diagram, you are required to do the next activity, that is the ACE learning question assigned to the spectrum. With that, you have come to the end of learning activity 5. Note that in this activity, you should have known how to shade a Venn diagram given certain conditions, as well as how to draw a Venn diagram.